Hey, Taurus, Intuitive Soul Coach here with your May 2024 career reading. Welcome back to my channel if you are returning, and welcome if you're new. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, Taurus, welcome. Your first card out here, you have the ornaments, which is beautiful because a lot of you, there's celebrations in the month of May. If you are a sun sign Taurian, you may be celebrating a birthday. Now, I'm also getting here research, soul contracts, possibly some form of education that you are wrapping up, or maybe that you're starting in the month of May. I feel it's going to be a significant month of breakthroughs. And I also see here, if you're dealing with the justice system or a legal situation or just any act of unfairness, because they're showing me the justice scales here, I feel like you are moving past that, moving beyond that in the month of May. So let's get all your cards out here. Yeah, there's been some sort of emotional loss possibly, or your finances were affecting your emotional or mental health. That's about to change up here. Oh, I like that. You have the sun. You're starting to see light at the end of the tunnel. Bottom of the deck here. There's the Ace of Swords. There's the breakthrough for you, Taurus. So diving in, your first card out is the ornaments. This is extra money. This is mature investment. I also see that in the recent past here, Taurus, you've been thinking about where you are putting your time, your energy, your efforts. Is there a payoff? Because you want to do things differently this time around, where there needs to be reciprocity. You're also standing more in your power is what I'm getting here for you. Thank you, Spirit. I'm hearing the name Colton and Jessica. Okay, Colton and Jessica, maybe that's a collaboration between two people. They could be independent. Take it as it resonates. Some of you are also thinking about retirement. Even if retirement is 10 years away, I feel like you are investing in maybe a specific retirement account, or you're looking at long-term growth, residual income. What can I do now that's going to take me into retirement and maybe bring in a passive income? So this is also the card of retail, beauty. Some of you may be in the beauty industry here, or finish work. I feel like there's some entrepreneurs in the house, and if that's the case, I do feel like your business is spiritually backed up. So maybe you have a spiritually based business, but I also see that some of your spiritual tools, some of what you've learned maybe about the law of attraction, or around affirmations, or deep beliefs around the exchange of energy with money, right? You're looking into a few things, and that's going to help your business. Now, if you work in the corporate world, it's still going to help you here, but I feel like there is growth that you are taking the next step into, and you're saying, am I being appreciated for my work, right? Am I allowed to be more creative in this sense? Because you have creativity showing up here. I see some of you could be juggling up or balancing up a couple different things at this time. Now, you may be contemplating gaining higher education or more knowledge in your field. This has to do with paperwork and contracts, and I was picking up on this energy in the very beginning. And for a lot of you, this is a new soul contract. Yes, there could be a physical contract that's involved here as well, but I'm getting that your soul is ready to have a new human experience when it comes to career, finances, wealth, abundance, prosperity, and you may be learning something new. Now, I'm just checking to see if we have any page energy, and we do. That's in your hopes and fears, and you have the Page of Cups. So this is a new emotional experience that's going to open you up to a new pathway, doing something that emotionally fulfills you, but spiritually fulfills you as well. And that's what I'm getting here, is that spiritual fulfillment. And no wonder, because you have the Buddha card showing up next. Now, some of you could be taking a class. There's that energy of law and order that I was getting here. Maybe you're a paralegal, or a lawyer. Taurus, this is about maybe even teaching. Some of you could be professors, or maybe you teach kindergarten, right? This is about learning as you go. You may be writing a book at this time. I'm getting a lot of self-publishing lately for all of the signs, wanting to speak up, wanting to express themselves in some way, shape, or form. Yeah, there's definitely a new contract coming in, and that the Buddha is all about life purpose, right? It's more than just money, although we need money. And I feel like this goes beyond, right? It's way deeper than that. This is divine mission. This is spiritual wealth. Some of you may be counselors, or you're being guided to move in a new direction here. This is divinely inspired. So you may be channeling some information as well. Maybe you're channeling energy through writing a book. You could be journaling more. I also see there's going to be significance around the next holiday for you with the ornaments card. And of course, I mean, your birthday could be a holiday, but here in the United States, we have Memorial Day. So perhaps that is significant for some of you as well in the month of May. And of course, there can be different holidays in different parts of the world that I'm unaware of. But I feel like there could be extra money coming in around a holiday. And some of you could also be getting paid time off, or you could be traveling, because I'm getting, I feel like I was seeing the vacation card here, but maybe not. Yeah, I'm just getting travel for some of you, maybe around a holiday, or there's going to be money coming in. Oh, here's the travel. Bottom of the deck, you have the Anchor card. This is about working through money blocks, right? This is being stuck mentally, emotionally, financially, physically for some of you. But I do see that there's shifts coming in here, new contracts that are going to help you feel more stable, more financially sound. And we do have water-related energy here, travel, stability. Some of you could be heading near the water. Perhaps there's a fountain, right? As you ascend the steps into maybe a new place of employment. There could be a pond or a body of water nearby. Maybe that's how you know that this is your place. If some of you are looking for new work, new opportunities. I'm also getting here one of the little fountains that maybe it's like a tabletop fountain here for some of you. There's something with water flowing. A lot of you are either starting over. You could be in healthcare and insurance. This is about resources. Bottom of the deck. And look at that. You have sealed the deal. There's definitely a new contract coming in, maybe even a gift of money. You have writing showing up numerous times. You have contracts showing up. And then you also have the gifts or the extra money. So this looks to be a good month for you, because some of you were dealing with a loss. All right. Over here we have creativity. Okay, I'm hearing Rhonda, and I'm getting, okay, that's pretty specific. Is that together? Rhonda Byrne? Okay, Rhonda Byrne. I've never heard that name in my life. B-Y or B-Y-R-N-E or Byrne. Maybe Byrne is significant, someone's last name. It could be the place. Location, take that as it resonates. Creativity showing up, heightened energy, light bulb. This is inspiration strikes. I do see here, because you have the Queen of Cups showing up in your potential, that there's potential here for you to really act on your imagination, your inspiration, to bring something to life. We don't see the Empress energy, but I am getting a strong energy of nurturing, right? What are you wanting to bring to light, even with the light bulb? Yeah, bring to light. You're very creative, Taurus, even though sometimes you may not think you are. We're constantly manifesting. We are constantly in that creator energy of creating our reality. But I feel like there's some ideas that you have. Some of you may even be coming up with a new program, a new app, or an application process. I'm hearing time management, time efficiency, or efficient workflow. You could be looking at what you are doing in your time. If some of you are CEOs or bosses, or maybe you are the one in charge of time management for others, I feel like you're trying to be more efficient. You also have the background check. People could be looking into you this month, Taurus. If you are looking to work with someone, partner up, maybe this is your services, your products, I feel like you're being researched. Yeah, you are being researched because we have the book card. People are looking at your portfolio, looking at your resume, looking at your products or your services here. Yep. You've come a long way is what I'm getting. There's been a lot of anxiety, possibly around some debt, okay? Because you have the debt card. Maybe you were trying to pay something off, or some of you, I'm getting the words deadline or deadline crunch, being in a crunch, feeling like you're in a pickle. I'm not sure if you're going to reach some sort of deadline. There could even be a contract that was maybe 4 months or 6 months. Something may be hitting a deadline and it's crunch time. Like, where do I go from here? Or am I going to be able to purchase a house because mine is selling? So I feel like there is a little bit of a deadline here, but you meet that deadline in the nick of time is what I'm getting here. Because we have unexpected income, beautiful, and saving money. I mean, who doesn't want to do that, right? Who doesn't want unexpected income or to save money, even if it's pennies at first? I feel like there is growth here. You see that there's the jars, the coins in the jar, which is the pentacles. And I'm just looking here. Yep, you have some pentacles. They are the lower numbers. I see the 2 and the 4. So you are saving more and you're growing more. And a lot of you, there is going to be some sort of unexpected income or extra money coming in for you in the near future. All right, diving into the tarot, you are starting off with the 5 of Cups. So you may be on the heels of some sort of disappointment financially. Okay, 5 of Cups. This could also be some of you, there was a toxicity or job loss. Some of you may have had to take care of a loved one. I get you're working with the elderly, or maybe you were taking care of someone who was elderly and sick. Maybe you are a nurse or a CNA, or you work with the elderly. Take that as it resonates. But with this 5 of Cups on the heels here, I feel like there was disappointment and some of you, some sort of betrayal, but you're moving out of that energy because you allowed yourself to sit in this grief, disappointment here, or debt, right? I feel like you are coming up out of that. And actually, on this debt card, it actually says past due. So there is some sort of a deadline as mentioned, but I feel like there's a new opportunity. 5 of Cups is bringing a new opportunity. You can see that right behind her. It's a filled cup, and we have the Queen of Cups coming in to offer you this in the future. So what's crossing your path is the Queen of Wands. It could be your confidence because you've taken a couple of hits here, Taurus. I feel like you may have wanted to expand, wanted to grow. Maybe you wanted that job, or you wanted to feel more success or more abundance than what was coming in, but you weren't receiving that reciprocity, or you weren't receiving what you had invested, and it was causing you to feel a little bit even self-conscious for some of you. This Queen of Wands, she can be a little bit insecure when she's in her lower vibration, but this is what you are picking up more of. You're starting to get your mojo back is what I'm getting with this Queen of Wands. Yes, there was disappointment. Yes, there was some sort of loss, but you are very creative. You are a strong, confident individual. You're very bold. You're very wise. You inspire others to live their best lives because you, Taurus, live yours. And when this shows up, female or male, it does not matter. This is someone who is very, very attractive and deals with people in an abundant way. But some of you, I just feel like you shut down to people with this Queen of Wands. I'm getting like incompetence. Maybe you were dealing with incompetent people, or perhaps your self-worth around working with the right people was detrimental to your health, physically, mentally, emotionally. But you're starting to gain more momentum. And this could be why, or the how of what was the catalyst to launch you into new research, new education, or moving in a new direction here. But I feel that it's part of your divine path, right? Five of Cups was the catalyst here. Queen of Wands is saying it's time to get back to that centered energy of feeling confident, feeling good about who you are. There's also an energy of independence here for you as well. You see the black cat and the magic that she's holding up her hand, and you can see magic all around. So if you felt like you were struggling with your own independence, I feel like you're regaining that momentum here. And by the end of May, you're taking off. There's something really big here that you're ready to take action towards. Now, what's in the foundation here is the Two of Pentacles. Taking on a lot, right? At times, trying to find balance between work, play, maybe balance between a couple of different jobs, or maybe you're working full time and you're trying to build a business. Maybe you're taking care of the household or the family. I feel like you have a lot of responsibilities here with the Two of Pentacles, but you've also learned how to stay within a budget here. I am feeling that some of you had to shuffle around finances, or you may have had to work with possibly a financial advisor, or just look at where your money was going and the most bang for your buck, or the most, time for what you were putting your effort into. I am getting time management here for you. So Taurus, if you struggle with time management, or if you feel like there's not enough time in the day, or if some of you, your health mentally or emotionally could be fluctuating, going back and forth, I feel like you are working on that. You're working on bringing more balance to the table. Because in the recent past, you have the Four of Pentacles. So is it worth hanging on to what I've created or what I've built? Should I hang on to this? Should I let go? Four of Pentacles, you can see that she's hanging on to her purse. Some of you, it's hanging on to pride. Okay, it can be about your sense of security. She's hanging on to her purse. And what do we carry in our wallets or our purse, right? Our identity, our security, what we need to get through life. So Four of Pentacles, it's like you may have been sitting on something. I also see some of you are sitting on like a pot of gold. That's interesting. Maybe you were sitting on money, but it wasn't growing and it had the potential to grow. Or maybe you're sitting on real estate that could expand exponentially here. So Four of Pentacles, I feel like you had to reassess your relationship with money. Four of Pentacles is about managing resources and finances, saving for something. Yeah, some of you are saving for, retirement, saving for a new home, saving to be able to go off and launch this business. But you had to do some deep work here. It's like you wanted to wait for the right time. Some of you, this is something you've been doing over the last 4 years. But what's coming in here is the Queen of Cups. Now, Queen of Cups is someone who, she needs to fill her own cup first. So I'm just going to say this, Taurus, if you've been overdoing it, extending your energy into places that are leaving you feeling exhausted, this is a really good time to rein that in a little bit. Find that balance that we see in your foundation. You're able to do so, but sometimes you just kind of get thrown for a little bit of a loop here. When the Queen of Cups shows up, she is someone who is an excellent supporter, nurturer. She gives great advice. She could be a tarot reader, a healer, a psychic. She could be in the caring profession. Someone who wants to make a difference in the world. So this could be you or a helpful person coming in to help you get back on track in some way, shape, or form. And if this is you, I feel like you're going to spend a little bit of time this month filling your own cup, right? What are your needs? Because your needs matter, Taurus. I also see that there could be support. I'm getting service or help. Okay, service provider. Maybe you're getting some sort of services done. I mean, it could be that you go in for a massage. That's a service, right? It could be getting a car looked at, and those are some services. But I feel that you do everything for everyone else, that it's going to be nice for you to get taken care of. But I feel like some of them are responsibilities. Some of them are just acts of self-care, which is really what we want to focus on this month. Some of you, you may be doing your own tarot or intuitive readings, okay? You may even be taking a class on, psychic abilities, astrology, numerology, human design. Some of you could be taking a healing class. Maybe you want to go back and get, your license to become a nurse practitioner or a Reiki practitioner here. So Queen of Cups coming in for you, coming in hot. Nine of Swords in reverse. You are coming to the end of a cycle that's brought some anxiety, right? There's been an energy of maybe even at times a little bit of obsessive thoughts or worrying about finances, but this is saying that the worst is behind you. This is about releasing and letting go. Some of you, I just heard sleep studies. So perhaps there's some sleep studies that have been occurring or taking place. Some of you may even be researching out a new mattress, new bedding. You may be looking into dreams, dream analysis, or dream interpretation with the Nine of Swords. This is showing up in your future position. So I feel like you are at the end of a very powerful cycle that may have even gripped you mentally at times, Taurus. Nines are completions. They're accomplishments. Not that it may have felt like a big accomplishment here while you were going through it, but mentally, I feel like you are getting ready to come out of a stage that's, for some of you, it's been crippling, okay? It's been crippling in the mind. Now, what's going on in your environment, in your energy, the sun, right? The sun showing up. You're starting to get to a place where you feel healthier, right? Healthy ego. This is more abundance coming in. It's more success. Some of you, your health is turning around here because there could have been a shift that you felt like the rug was being pulled out from underneath you, or some of you, it may have felt like happiness or abundance was way over here and you were nowhere near it. And I see that being not the case here of what you're manifesting. Some of you may have even been blocking some sort of abundance, not intentionally. I mean, we don't want to do that intentionally. We want all the great things, but I do feel like there had been some hardship here that may have cast a shadow over the light. And remember earlier we were talking about that light bulb? There is light coming in here that you haven't felt for a little bit when it comes to finances or career. And I am getting that light at the end of the tunnel, right? Light at the end of the tunnel. After the Nine of Swords, what comes up, right? There's a new day. A new day has dawned here. And I feel like May is bringing you that energy all throughout the month. It's a new day. You've completed a cycle. The best thing that you can do is work on getting rest, right? Mentally reprogramming your mind in ways that are beneficial, right? Working on that self-worth piece, that confidence piece, knowing that the universe is abundant, right? So some of you, it's been a long time coming, but it's coming because in your environment here, you have the Three of Wands. Your ships are coming in. And even though we can't quite see a ship here, she knows. She has her surfboard ready. So what she's really doing, she's waiting for that wave, right? So she can get out there, jump on it. And I feel for some of you, with this Three of Wands in your environment, this is a return on your investments. You've put in the blood, sweat, and tears like she has to learn how to surf, right? She's hit thousands and thousands of waves, and some of them were awesome, some of them were duds. And I feel like the time is ripe here, and this is the big one, right? This is something you've been waiting for quite some time with that Three of Wands. Don't take your eye off the prize. Your hard work is paying off. Your patience, your optimism. You've made a choice. I see that here in the recent past. You've made a choice to open yourself up to something new and hear that something new is. Now, what are the hopes and the fears, Taurus? The Page of Cups. Belief. Believing in yourself, believing that it's possible, believing in infinite opportunities. Why? Because you see that little piggy up there. The piglet has wings. And you know that phrase, when pigs fly. So there may be a disbelief factor. Like, can I really do this? Can I believe in myself? And the answer is absolutely. If this is something that's coming from the heart and soul, which Queen of Cups shows me that it is, that Buddha energy says it is part of your purpose. When this Page of Cups shows up in your hopes, you're hoping for a new emotional experience that brings about happiness, playfulness, a little bit of magic, a little bit of joy, creativity, but it opens you up to feel more than just money, right? That spiritual wealth. And that's what we see here. Now, the fear is something not coming all the way to fruition, or missing the signs, missing the opportunity to open your heart and just stay maybe stagnant, or you hang on so much, right? Because you see in the Four of Pentacles, she hangs on, but there is a little bit of a leap of faith, leap of trust, a belief required so you can fully open up. You see here that Four of Pentacles in the recent past, she's holding on to the purse, which is covering up that heart chakra. In the Page of Cups, you see that his arms are, at the side, allowing that light to come in, and there's energy emitting there. You can see the little burst of energy all around that heart center. So maybe some of you were fearful of opening up to an opportunity because you didn't want to fail, you didn't want to land on your feet, or your face, right? Or land on your feet. Some of you, there was lack of movement. You may have even had some complications in your lower extremities, your root chakra, your ankles, your toes, your knees, your hips, right? Because sometimes that can be about movement forward, taking a step forward. And I feel like there was a little bit of a blockage in that root chakra, but you're shaking that up, because Taurus, look at your outcome. You have the Knight of Swords. Mentally, you are feeling more balanced, you're feeling more confident, and you're taking action. Okay, Knight of Swords is the fastest moving energy, right? This person, there's no stopping him. So when this Knight of Swords shows up, I do feel like you're rushing towards what you believe, and there's the key. We keep saying that over and over, belief. You're rushing towards what you believe is important to you. The Knight of Swords is someone who is a warrior. He's confident, he's assertive, he's direct, he's an action taker. So perhaps you are ready to jump on board with something that maybe you've put on hold, or for whatever reason you may have been in that hanged man mode. Maybe you're finally ready to take that leap, or the universe is opening the doorway because you have that sun here. Maybe you're feeling better emotionally, mentally. Some of you are drained. Maybe your adrenals were fatigued, or perhaps you weren't able to get moving again, because it's like your feet are above you here. Like the feet are not fully grounded. Maybe you weren't fully grounded in a situation. And in the near future, towards the end of May, I'm getting, around Memorial Weekend, even into June, it's like you're hitting the ground running, finally, after something being up here in the ether. Maybe it was an idea that you had that you're taking to the next level. You are manifesting it, the belief, the idea, the emotion behind it. Yeah, you're getting your feet planted firmly on the ground, and it's almost as if you start moving the feet while you're in the air here. So it's kind of like just dangling feet, but it's like you're preparing yourself. If you've ever been skydiving, they say hold your feet up when you land, but it's almost like I see your feet, running while you're still up in the air. So when you land, it's like, whoo, running, you're already hitting the ground. So there's a beautiful energy here of moving forward. All right, let's get a message from the Wisdom of the Oracle. What do we have here, please, for Taurus? Wisdom of the Oracle. I like this. After a long time working towards this. Some of you, you're getting a degree or a diploma or a certification, something really neat that you've been working towards, but there may have been a pause. Maybe you've signed up for a class and you started it and then you fell off because life happens, and then you pick it up again and you finally complete it. Yeah, clean it up. Clean it up. That's what we see here with the 9 of Swords, right? You're cleaning something up. It's card 21. In tarot, 21 is the world. So completions are showing up left and right for you. And this is the month where you kind of get back into that sun energy here. All right, let's take a look and see what the message is for you. All right, clean it up is all about getting to the core of a situation. It's about freedom from a burden, cleaning house, sweeping away what is no longer needed. And the abundance message for you, Taurus, is this. Simple things like opening your mail, paying your bills, sorting out your timetable, making lists, and getting organized is what this symbol means when it comes to your work. Make time for yourself too. This card is a sign you may be overburdened and overwhelmed. It's okay to say no. You'll prosper even more if you do. And that's important with this Queen of Cups because she is showing up in reverse, which means we have to say no. It's a complete sentence. If you're an overgiver at times, or if you, which Taurus, I feel like you set healthy boundaries for yourself for the most part, but sometimes we need to just focus on us. That's not selfish. So some of you, I am going to read the protection message just because we do have some anxiety going on here. And it says, is it possible that you may be focusing too much on other people right now, trying too hard to be helpful? Does taking on what belongs to others make you feel needed or desired? Perhaps you think it's your calling to relieve people of their burdens, but what is the cost to you and to them? Don't clean up someone else's side of the street. You're not helping by freeing him or her of their responsibility. You're also not doing yourself any favors, and you just might be adding an even greater strain. You are loved as you are. You don't need to be needed to be loved. And that has to do with that self-worth piece that we were talking about as well. All right, let's get a few messages here from your spirit animals. So at this time, Taurus, I just ask if you can, please close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath in from your solar plexus chakra, the belly area. And upon your exhale with your eyes closed, tune into your third eye chakra, the area between your eyebrows and your forehead region. And I want you to imagine the first animal or animals that show up in your mind's eye. Now this could be an animal that flies high in the sky. It could be an animal that swims deep in the sea. Perhaps your animals are wild, magical, mystical, or even domesticated. It could be an animal that's crossed over the rainbow bridge, one currently at your home, or maybe an animal that's crossed your path lately in the great outdoors. There is no right or wrong answer, Taurus. And if you need a moment, just pause the video and come back when you're ready. And for those of you that would like to be entered into the free monthly reading giveaway where I draw one winner around the first of each month, all you need to do is drop your power animals in the comment section below the video. And be sure to hit that subscribe and bell button so you don't miss that notification. All right, we have Beaver Spirit. Lay a solid foundation. This has to do with your root chakra, which we were talking about, the lower extremities. So laying that solid foundation, and also it has to do with getting something on the ground, right? So if something's up in the air and it's a fear that it's just going to stay up in the air, right? We have to bring that down to reality, ground something, a manifestation brought into the physical world. And I feel like you have everything you need this month to make that happen. It's also card 6, and I was picking up on a little bit of that June energy for you as well. So you're laying a solid foundation on many different levels, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. There's a lot happening even behind the scenes for you, Taurus. We have Moth. It says surrender now, Moth spirit. Surrender. Yeah, because sometimes we hang on to limiting beliefs, or we hang on to expectations, concerns, anxieties, worries. Spirit is saying surrender. Some of you may be 39 years old, 42 years old, 57, or born on the 6th. Next we have Otter. You're never alone. You can see the 2 otters are creating a heart. This is heart energy. 4 and 2 equals 6. You have 6 showing up here a couple of times. That's the card of the Lovers. It's partnerships. It's balanced decisions, soul contracts based on trust and harmony and decisiveness. It is also destined. So you're never alone here in your career, your financial endeavors. The universe wants you to be successful, right? Your higher self wants you to be successful by learning and going through, of course, challenges, but also having and enjoying the energy of the sun. Maybe that's financial freedom, emotional freedom, being of service. It can be anything that brings you joy and happiness. And lastly, oh, I love this one because this reminds me of the Queen of Wands in the middle of your reading. Kind of looks a little bit like her stance as well. Believe in yourself, squirrel spirit. Some of you may have maybe a type A personality, or you feel very squirrely. You have a hard time focusing on, the task at hand, maybe a little bit of a tension span or ADHD. Yeah. That may be why time management was coming in here for you. But believe in yourself. You're very intelligent. You're wise. You are knowledgeable. You have wonderful skills and talents. And I feel like other people see this as well. Just because you may not be getting chosen or picked or hired, or they don't say it, doesn't mean that it's not active in your energy, because you are very, very powerful. When this Queen of Wands shows up and she is in her power, right? People look at her because she exudes this energy of confidence. And I feel like that's what you are retaining. That's what you're starting to get back, because some of you lost that confidence or that belief in oneself. All right, last but not least, let's get a few messages from the soul's truth. What does your soul want you to know at this time and focus on for career, finances, abundance, and wealth, or any area of your life that can help you in this area? All right. We have maybe a little bit of blame here because you have the 9 of Swords. Some of you, there's anxiety around a situation. Maybe you're blaming someone. Maybe you're blaming yourself. This can be that low self-worth piece. It says a person who blames others has not begun their lesson. A person who blames themselves has begun their lesson. And a person who blames no one has finished their lesson. And I feel like a lot of you, you're not putting blame on anyone. And that's the whole piece here with the 9, is because there's no blame, there's no shame. You've come to the end of this cycle here. You've taken the responsibility, maybe on whom you were placing that energy towards, whether it was you, whether you were playing maybe victim, there could have been some sort of resistance, but those things don't belong where you're going. It says only love and courage live there. So make a choice to do it. Even if you don't feel ready, Taurus, listen to your heart and you will be led. Remember, in your hopes and fears, there's your heart. There's your heart chakra expanding, opening up, and you will be led. Knight of Swords taking off. So there is a balance here between, the logic, the belief system as well, the mind, and the intuitive factor. I feel like everything is coming together. That's that spiritual nature with the Buddha, right? It's, yes, the intuition pushing through it all, but using the tools that we have, which is our feelings, which is our brain, our beliefs, our thoughts, using the tools to help push something out into the physical. And I feel really good about this energy, even though it's been stressful getting there. You are highly sensitive at this time as well. So be mindful of the foods that you're putting into your body, be mindful of the people that you surround yourself with, and be mindful of, the research as well. I also get a message here to not, how do I put this? Not believe, this isn't new, but something for you specifically, not believe everything you are taught, but to go about it your own way, especially if this does have to do with a spiritual practice. So for example, and I might get some haters out there, this is an example. So if you've ever taken a Reiki class, you're taught specific hand positions, and some people are very, very adamant about those hand positions. And what I'm getting here, the message is allow the energy to go where it flows. That's how I work. I'm not very, specific. It has to be a certain way. I'm more flexible. And that's kind of the message I'm getting here for you, is this could be any area of your career, but allow yourself to be that conduit of intuitive energy, not just listening to exactly how things are done. Of course, you want to have an outline, but be flexible with that outline is what I'm getting here for you. I hope that makes sense. That's what I have for you. I hope it resonates, Taurus. If so, please hit that thumbs up button. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell if you haven't already. And please do drop your power animals to be entered into that free reading giveaway. Thank you so much for tuning in. Lots of love.